Topping your news first, Guam International Airport taxi drivers are concerned over an RFP the airport authority issued that would give an exclusive taxi service contract to just one company. At least 3 taxi corporations say the sudden change could put them out of work. The Guam International Airport Authority on December 18th issued a request for proposal for a taxicab concession for the airport. The winning bidder would get an exclusive 5-year contract to provide taxicab services to arriving passengers at the A.B. Wonpat International Airport.
We're trying to figure out why they're focused on the taxicabs. Currently at the airport, transportation services like the rental car, shuttle service, there's more than one company. Why is the focus on taxi?
Noel Roque is one of the many concerned taxi drivers who's opposed to this RFP. He and many others like him believe it's unfair because the criteria for the RFP appears to be geared toward bigger companies. Roque says the way the RFP is written is not competitive in nature. Smaller taxi service companies like Wave, Independent, and Resort, Roque says, would not stand a chance. Do you know if, like for example, you said Wave and Independent, would they qualify or meet the requirements of the RFP?
Right now, no, because it's so stringent. Big business is the only one that can afford it. Small business owners like us will not be able to afford it.
The criteria under the RFP states that bidders must have a fleet of at least 35 vehicles, of which 3 must be Americans with Disabilities Act accessible, 4 must allow for oversized luggage, and 7 must allow for large parties. The taxis cannot be more than 5 years old. They must have air conditioning, and the interior cannot have any rips, holes, clutter, or unpleasant odor.
Most of our guys, like Independent, they've been here since 2000, so about 15 years they've been servicing the airport.
Airport Authority spokesperson Rolinda Fasuamalie in an email told PNC that the RFP is, quote, all part of a concerted effort to improve our level of service and increase demand for taxi service. She also says that because Guam now has low-cost airline carriers, they're seeing an increase in free and independent travelers who prefer direct services to hotels instead of tour packages. The current operation, she says, allows for multiple taxi services, which in turn creates a competitive environment and, quote, affects the passengers negatively in being approached by 4 different service providers.
As far as I know, at least for our taxis, we have not received any complaints from our customers. If there is, then which taxi company? Another thing, the reason why we're against with exclusive ownership, number one, if you have one taxi exclusively to one, that's where you have issues with price gouging. Customers will not have any choice as far as taxis.
We feel bad because, right now we're thinking about that. We're thinking about losing a job, losing money like that. So right now we're trying to go to every senator and we ask a problem about our problem here.
For the economy or for the community overall, it's bad business. Yeah. A lot of people, where are they going to go? Go to food stamps? Again, that's, if anything, it's going to be a burden to the government. You pretty much 60, 70 something drivers with the dispatchers and employees.
Roque also points out that the Airport Authority's concession contract is not in line with Governor Calvo's initiative to fight for the weak and voiceless. He says while the airport is an autonomous agency, the governor would ultimately have the ability to intervene.